Hello, beautiful soul. Shani here. If you are new to this channel, then welcome. I am a spiritual guide, intuitive healer, rebirthing breathworker, and female empowerment coach, really supporting women to break the chains and the vows and the bindings of their ancestral lineage and bloodline, and that cause them guilt and shame and wounding, and bring them back to the truth of who they are, guide them home to their true divinity. So welcome, welcome, welcome. In today's video, I really want to dive into the human emotional mind and the three layers of our mind, and how rebirthing breathwork can truly help us to come back into a state of pure and true divinity. So we have these three layers of our mind. We have the conscious, the subconscious, and our true divine nature. And through the rebirthing breathwork sessions, we are unifying back with your divine self. We are connecting with source energy. We are connecting with God. We are connecting with divinity, and really bringing yourself back into this beautiful, true, and divine form, our real nature, our true self, the truth of who we are beneath the layers and layers of conditioning and stories that we have accumulated through our experiences and throughout our life, throughout our traumas, throughout our wounding. So let's start with the first layer. We have the conscious mind. And this is really composed of our thoughts and our feelings and our beliefs and memories and things that we are consciously aware of, that we are able to access through our consciousness. So it includes who we think we are, how we identify ourselves, what we think we can be, the labels that we give ourselves, the limits that we place on ourselves. And when we have positive thoughts or positive affirmative thoughts, these can really amplify and positively reinforce who we believe that we are. So if we do have the belief that we are worthy of love, then having those positive thoughts in our conscious mind will just amplify that and reinforce that we truly are worthy of love. And this really supports our true divine nature, and really enable us to surrender into the space between our thoughts and to the eternal spirit, the divine spirit that is channeling through us and calling us to come back into divinity. And therefore they create this positive and harmonious results in our life when we feel fully in flow, when we are able to reaffirm ourselves with these positive thoughts. Then our life seems to be in flow. Our life seems to go in a beautiful cycle that serves us in the way that we want it to. But just as these positive thoughts allow us to do this, so do these negative thoughts. So when we have negative thoughts that are based in our trauma, based in our experiences, or we have a limited concept of who we can become and who we can be and what we are capable of doing based on our traumas, based on our ancestral lineage, based on our bloodline, based on the wounding that we have experienced in this life and in previous lives, then we are not in harmony with our true divine nature. In fact, when we are feeling so out of harmony, we just feel this sense of stuckness. And that stuckness stays in our cellular system. That trauma stays caught in our cellular system. And we feel it. We feel it emotionally and we feel it physically in our bodies. And when we deny ourselves our true divine nature, we're causing this great disharmony within ourselves. So the subconscious mind is really composed of thoughts, beliefs, and feelings and memories that we have, but we're not aware of. Thoughts and feelings that we're not aware of. Memories that we can't access. And once again, these are stored within our cellular system. They can be in harmony with our divine nature, and therefore once again create this positive and harmonious results in our life. Or for so many of us, we have these hidden subconscious wounds these hidden subconscious wounds that negate our real true divine nature, that keep us stuck in a certain place, that cause fear, that cause pain, that cause hurt, that don't allow us to truly access the divinity within us, the true divine nature that we all are. It's our birthright. We are divine by birthright. And this can really contribute to, of course, our unhappiness or the limitations that we place on ourselves. But these are things that we can't necessarily access just by talking, just by thinking, just by recalling. This is a trauma response, a body response. And then we have divine nature, our real nature, the truth of who we truly, truly are, our potent expression, our magic, our power, our alchemy. And we are individualizations of the divine. We are created in the image of the divine. We are created on the behalf of the Creator. We are daughters and sons of God, divinity, source, however you feel comfortable referring to it in this part of your journey. We are divine expressions in human form here on this earthly plane. We are divine expressions here in human form on this earthly plane. And every single one of us here has a mission, has a purpose, has a uniqueness about us that is being called forth at this time, especially as we ascend, as we go deep, deep, deep down into our heart space, as we drop into our heart space and reconnect, find union within ourselves, connect back to the divinity within us so that we can bring forth and harvest the uniqueness that is in every single one of us. To birth forth our mission on this earth, to be the light, to spread the light, to create the light, to be divinity, to be the divine. And this process, this ascension process, its enlightenment process, is being completely conscious of our divine nature at every single moment and intentionally exploring our thoughts, intentionally using our words, intentionally using our actions. And this really involves all the thoughts, memories, and emotions that are both in our conscious and in our subconscious, even though we cannot access the subconscious on this surface level. So through rebirthing breathwork, when we're connecting consciously with our breath, we are in essence connecting back to divinity. We are connecting back to our true divine nature. We are circulating the inhale and the exhale of the breath. And through that circulation, we are accessing our subconscious trauma. We are accessing our subconscious memory. They're not always trauma. It could be beautiful memories, thoughts, or feelings or emotions that are buried deep within our subconscious that we just simply can't access on this surface level. So through the conscious connected breathing, we are really accessing the deeper levels of ourselves, the subconscious levels of ourselves, to bring us back into this true state of divinity, into this holy union, into this sacred union within ourselves, the divine masculine vessel supporting the divine feminine to rise. And we're bringing them forth, we're calling them forth, we're bringing them to the surface, we're releasing the energy that's been caught and stagnating in ourselves, and we're allowing them to rise. We're liberating ourselves, we're freeing ourselves, we're breaking the chains, we're breaking the shackles of oppression, of having our voices dumbed down and shut down, of not being truly seen, heard, and witnessed, of having disapproval, of always trying to please, of always trying to do our best, of always striving to be someone, to get somewhere, to be successful. We're accessing those deep, deep desires that are within ourselves and bringing them up to the surface through the conscious connected breathing, and we're rebirthing ourselves. We're allowing parts of ourselves to die so that we can rebirth, so that we can connect once again with our divinity, our true divine nature, the image in which we were created, the reason that we came to this planet at this time, to bring forth our mission, to leave an impact, to leave a legacy, so that when you are an ancestor one day, you have broken that chain, and your future generations will no longer bear those burdens, and they too can live within their true divine nature. I'm just going to let that sit with you for a little while. Rebirthing breathwork, conscious connected breathing, accessing layers of our subconscious that are otherwise non-accessible, is the most beautiful journey that you will ever go on. Through the rebirthing breathwork, through connecting your breath, through allowing that prana and that chi to circulate through your body the way that it was intended to be, we are recalling parts of ourselves. We are remembering parts of ourselves. We are integrating the parts of ourselves that have been long forgotten and lost, and we are calling that forth in union, masculine and feminine, so that we can truly, truly come home to the truth of who we are and live our lives with divine purpose. If you would like to know more about rebirthing breathwork and how this can support you in your spiritual awakening, in your healing process, in your journey with the divine, in your journey in coming back to the truth of who you are, then please contact me. Send me a message, leave me a comment, reach out to me in my Facebook group, A Gathering of Hearts, find me on Instagram, or send me a message on my website, so that I can support you in coming back to the truth of who you are. Because I truly believe that every single woman on this planet, and anyone who identifies as a woman, deserves to be truly seen, heard, and witnessed in all their divinity. From my heart to yours, with lots of love.